Hey, what's up guys? I'm Steve Wells and I am just stopping in for what I think is going to be a relatively quick video, and it is an update on my Garmin Instinct. I just have a couple complaints that I have developed from my previous video on this, which I will have a link to up here, and I just gotta talk to somebody about them. So my first complaint is, if you can see here, this is probably going to happen to a lot of bands when they're probably over 2 years old, but the notch that I use a lot has busted out. Some of the other ones are starting to break, and so this band is either going to be one notch too tight for me or one notch too loose for me. I can't get it in between anymore. I'm gonna have to replace this band. I've been looking at some different ones online. The Garmin ones are a little bit, not super expensive, but more than I necessarily wanted to pay. A lot of the third-party ones seem super cheap, so I'm definitely going to have to suck it up and find something to replace this band pretty soon. Another problem I have been having is with this second piece on the band here. How it works is this little nipple, I guess, fits into the notch on the band so that it holds it in place and keeps it from flapping around. And I was for a while having the problem of whenever it was on there, it would eventually slip off the end, and then I would have this little tail hanging out, getting caught on things and that type of thing. I did actually find on another watch a kind of tougher, more durable piece that snaps in there and holds it in a little bit better than the original one did, and so that fixed the problem for me. You can buy these pieces. I've seen them like on Amazon. Garmin probably sells them. I ended up getting this one by pulling it off of an old demo watch that was just sitting in a drawer around at work, and so if you're willing to ask at a running store around you, they might have something similar laying around, but you can buy a big pack of them for like $3 or something like that, so it's not a big deal to just buy them. I've also been having an issue that a lot of other people have talked about, and that is with the altitude. It just like doesn't track altitude well at all, and for being kind of an outdoor, going out in the woods, climbing mountains type of watch, it seems like it should have pretty accurate altitude. And my last complaint, and this may not be a big one for everyone, but it annoys me so much, and that is that it doesn't track distance accurately. Okay, so I'm just going to cut in here for a quick second because I've been testing something over the last couple of days, and I think I might have at least partially fixed my distance problem with this watch. So if you go into your menu here and then scroll down to settings and then go to system and then to data recording. So mine was by default set to smart recording, which is going to give you a map like this one here, and essentially it's making less points on the map and connecting the dots. That way it can save more memory on the watch, but that's not something I really care about because I upload my runs right after the run. I'm not sure if it has an impact on battery life or not, but I'm going to change mine here to every second. So that way, every second, your watch is going to be contacting the satellite, seeing exactly where you are and making a point. And that way you get a map more like this one here. And it's supposed to give you more accurate distance, and it seems like it's working so far. Garmin also suggests that after your watch actually links to the satellite and says that it's ready to go, to give it an additional 2 minutes after that before you start running. but let's be real, I'm never gonna do that. Anyway, back to the video. So when I'm out for a run, I can be running with other people that also have Garmin's. I've run with people that have Coros watches, Suunto watches, and everyone else's watches tend to match up to one another, match up to distances on race courses, distances on Google Maps, and that type of thing. However, my watch always makes me go a little bit further than everyone else. And whenever I'm doing a 5 or 6 mile run, it's not that big of a deal to just run an extra 100 meters or whatever it is to get the same distance as everyone else. But whenever I'm going longer distances, it tends to add up over time. And so if I'm doing a half marathon, I'll end up about a half mile short of what everyone else says. If I am doing a longer run, like when I did 50 miles in this watch, I ended up over a mile short of what the race course said and what everyone else's watches said. And the only other people I have found that have a distance on every run that match up with my watch are other people that I run with that have Instincts as well. So I find that kind of interesting. I don't know if it's a hardware thing with the watch, if it's a software thing that Garmin could fix. I'm sure it's something that they've been made aware of, but it really bugs me because not only do I have to run a little bit farther to get my watch to say the same distance as everyone else, but also it messes up my pace whenever I'm trying to run a certain pace. If I'm doing repeats on the track, or if I'm trying to hit a certain time for a race, it makes it so I'm not really able to tell, and I'm kind of guessing for how fast I'm running a little bit more than I should be with a watch like this. So if you're considering buying the Instinct, I hope this video has been helpful. I hope it doesn't sound too ranty. There are lots of things that I do like about this watch a lot. I've covered them all in my original review. These were just some problems that I've encountered over the last couple years of owning this watch that I thought other people should be aware of. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Be sure to leave me a like as well. Check out the link to my Patreon in the description, and I will talk to you guys next week.